Shoobadoop deep bop. We are live from thy headquarters. Thus, I must ask you one question. What's cracking, big dogs? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the headquarters. It's chip week, baby. Semi-chip week. I guess we got to do like, you know how chocolate chips, the regular chocolate chips, and then when you're baking, you could do like semi-sweet chocolate chips. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Did Patreon send out the link? Because there's not a lot of people in here, which is nice. Because then you guys can't assault me on Q and Assault Saturday. This is where I ask, or where y'all ask, and I answer any questions that y'all could possibly have for me. Any of the Patreons, patreon.com/BDGE. Y'all might be watching this afterwards on YouTube. If that's the case, that's cool too. I got love for everybody. Did this thing fucking post or what? Posted at 1 p.m. Okay, so y'all should be rolling in very soon. Y'all should be coming to join the party. It is a party. Chat works. That's a good start. Yeah, you know what? One, fuck a YouTube. Two, they just randomly put a setting in. They just randomly put a setting in like 2 weeks ago where all the way at the bottom of the page, like you're creating a video on YouTube, right? And they got all these settings you got to do. You got to put the title in the description, like keywords in the thumbnail. And at the bottom, there's like one little checkbox that says like allow chat in the live stream. Like, why the fuck would, one, the default not be set to allow the chat in the live stream? Two, why would you not tell me because I have to get assaulted on Q and Assault Saturday? They're acting like we don't know this. They don't know this, man. What's up, Saturday peoples? How we living? Who's in week 15? Who's getting bodied? Hello, Dre. Hello, Adam McFerrin. I hope the chat is working correctly. We live and bark twice if y'all are hearing me. There we go. What's cracking? What up, Eric? What up, Eric? What up, Eric? Mary Chipmus, big question for you. Here's the one thing. Yeah, listen, baby. We're gonna pretend it's still it's still summer. It's still a good time of the year, even though it's really depressing. December 22nd, though, we got good news. The last day in which the days are. This is not the right way to put it. December 22nd is when things start to flip around a little bit. Things start to flip around. And the days get a little bit longer day by day. Eric, also real talk, did you make that intro? Always amazed watching it each and every time. Are you referring to like the intro I do on this video where I just like say dumb things? Because that's just like a product of me being fucking dumb. Unless you're talking about like the BDGE drawn in intro. If that's what you're referring to. Real quick, though, I do want to start off with a monkey knife fight pick because I haven't been doing these lately, but I do have one that I think is pretty fucking spot on for this week, okay? We're going to give this one more chance. If I don't get it, money back guaranteed per monkey knife fight, per rumor, per source. And that's not a real source, not a real rumor. Don't do that. Only throw money on these player games if you believe in me, which you shouldn't at this point. But monkeyknifefight.com's got one play because we got games today, people. We got games at 4 o'clock. We got games at 8 o'clock. Thus, we can make the revenue any day of the week. Thursday, Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I wish they still had Tuesday night games. Carolina Panthers, Green Bay Packers. This is the game I'm looking at, and we're looking at the touchdown dance. We need 3 players to combine for 3 touchdowns. Devontae, Mike Davis, Aaron Jones. It don't get much more easy than that, okay? Devontae, Mike Davis, Aaron Jones combined for over 2.5 touchdowns. You are going to 2x whatever you threw down. You are going to 2x whatever you threw down. And you're really going to 4x it because when you use the promo code BDGE when you sign up, you're going to get double your deposit. So if you want to bet $10 on this, you're going to end up winning 20, but you're going to end up betting 20 because you're getting double the amount that you put down originally with the promo code BDGE. Thus, you're winning 40. You love to see it. You love to see the picks on Monkey Knife Fight. And I love to see y'all send me screenshots of the picks that you make on Monkey Knife Fight. All right? Let's get back to the Q and Assault. How we living? How we doing? Where's my social thing? Social handles, bike up on the screen, and we are ready to roll. Let's get to these questions. Eric asks, what's cracking? Big dog. Mary Chipmus, big question for you. Flex spot, full PPR. We rolling Terrier, sliding in Kareem Hunt. Already got Chubb locked in. What's the boy to do? Yeah, I'm as much as I think the game script will dictate a nice game for both Chubb and Hunt, I'm gonna go bike to Terry, man. I'm gonna go bike to Terry. He's just someone I've believed in all season, and it's been less than stellar the last couple weeks, but I have faith that they will correct this. They will get this right. And you look at Dwayne Haskins, he doesn't dump the ball off as much as Alex Smith. So I think there will be a little bit more of a style of play, change of scenery here for the football team. 4 wins in a row, still not above 500. You love to see that. But I think they'll be a little bit more aggressive because that's who Dwayne Haskins is as a thrower, for better or worse. So I'm still going Terry. Pick 4, Sam Wallach asks. 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. So we need 2 wide receivers out of Swift, Terry, Hunt, Thielen, Chark, Hollywood, Latavius Murray. So 2 wide receivers. You have Terry, you have Thielen. Yeah, so it's definitely going to stop there. We're going to go with Terry, and we're going to go with Thielen. You need 1 running back and 1 flex. So I think it's pretty easy here. I think we just run with the first 4. Swift, Terry, Hunt, Thielen. Boom. Chest out there in the winter. I feel you, yes, sir. What's cracking? I could taste the chip. You and me both, baby, and I'm fucking hungry. Need 2 wide receivers and a flizzy. I like that. I like that word. Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, Dobbins, Miles Sanders. Okay, so you need 2 receivers out of Evans, Kupp, and McLaurin. I would say Cooper Kupp for sure against the New York Jets. Just absolutely pitiful defense. It's so close between Evans and McLaurin. Man, the matchup obviously is in favor of... I don't even know if the matchup's actually in favor of Evans. You got Atlanta. You got Seattle, both dreadful pass defenses. I think, to be honest with you, as much as I do love Terry, and I was just talking about it, I think I probably feel safer with Mike Evans there as my wide receiver. And then for a flex play, I will take Sanders. He's gotten back into my circle of trust with Hurts there under center. Much easier matchup against the Cardinals than it was against the Saints, and we saw what Miles Sanders did to them, motherfuckers. Was cracking. I could taste it. Yes, sir. Anyone on Saints, you're starting with MT out. Jared Cook would be the only one I'd be thinking about if you're desperate at tight end. Other than that, I'm staying away from the wide receivers. Morning, Nick. What's up, Kevin? What's up, baby? I'm leaning Bucks D over Bills D. Need help deciding. Panthers did 1, Chiefs 5. Wait, what? I'm a little confused by that question, but I think you were just asking Bucks or Buffalo D. Yeah, so here's how I typically decide the defenses. I just let the math kind of do the talking. So you have Buffalo on the road, 5.5-point favorites. You have Buccaneers on the road, 6.5-point favorites, lower over-under in the Bucks-Falcons game. I probably have a little bit more trust in the Buccaneers. Here's what I'll say. I'll say the Bills certainly have a higher ceiling because we can get a very erratic game out of Drew Lock, which could lead to strip sacks, which could lead to pick sixes, things like that. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a better defense than the Bills. I think they're safer, but I think like Matt Ryan, he plays poorly sometimes, but like I also think they'll be a little bit conservative without Julio there, and I think you'll have less likely to hit ceiling when it comes to the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. So I think it would depend on your matchup. If you need a lot of points, I think the Bills make a little bit more sense. If you need some safety and you're just looking for like 5-6 points, I think the Bucks probably make more sense. Trying to overcome Derek Carr disaster in standard league. Jonathan asks, needed a running back and a flex. James Conner, Damian Harris, Tony Pollard, Adrian Peterson, Curtis Samuel, Robbie Anderson. Okay, so first things first. Damian Harris got ruled out. He is out of tomorrow's game. He was randomly just ruled out of the Patriots game. So you are left with James Conner, Tony Pollard, Adrian Peterson. Man, I really don't like those options, but if I'm going in one direction, it's going to be James Conner. Shout out to Harry Styles. We need a flex, so I'm definitely going to go with one of the receivers. I like Robbie Anderson most out of the Carolina receivers. I think Curtis Samuel takes the biggest hit when it comes to DJ Moore coming bike into the lineup. So I'll probably roll with Connor, and I'll probably roll with Robbie Anderson there. PPR, Akins or Dobbins. Yeah, listen, I just think the floor of Akers in terms of his touch count is probably about the ceiling of J.K. Dobbins right now, so I kind of like that. Steven Hansley, well, good luck, baby. We didn't fucking come here for nothing. Bring home the chip. We need hardware. I need to dress this place up like it's fucking, I think, Halloween party. Need my second quarterback. Thoughts on Hurts, Trubisky, or Tua? Yeah, that's actually a pretty easy lean for Tua for me. I mean, Trubisky and Hurts kind of offer the same thing, but Hurts offers a lot more rushing yards. Tua is just not a guy I really want in my lineup right now. Leaning Dobbins over Zeke and Brandon Cooks, half PPR. What do you think? Yeah, absolutely. I think they even came out and said that Zeke is probably even worse shape than he was last week, and he's already limiting the number of touches he's getting. Brandon Cooks, tough matchup versus Indy, coming back first game. I just think it's pretty easy, Dobbins. Songbird, morning, Dad. Good morning, granddaughter. Hope you have a margarita-filled weekend. Always, baby. Half PPR, Deontay Johnson or T.Y. Hilton, Miles Sanders or Adam Thielen. Wow, those are some fucking heavy hitters. Okay, so half PPR, Deontay Johnson or T.Y. Hilton. Man, everything in my gut tells me to go bike to Deontay Johnson for this one. Everything tells me to go bike. The brain, though, says to stay away from him. And typically, when I follow my heart, it does not work out in fantasy football or in love either. But everything else, it typically works out, okay? Always follow your heart, though. What is your heart telling you? My heart tells me Deontay Johnson. My head tells me T.Y. Hilton. Typically, when my head says something, that's usually the right way to go about it in fantasy. So I wouldn't blame you for going T.Y. Hilton over Deontay. I would personally go Deontay, but I'm a risky motherfucker, okay? Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, full PPR. Yeah, let's go. Let's roll with Miles, baby. He's primed up. He's ready to go. He's lubed up. About to stick it in. Skirt. Full PPR, pick 2, Robert Woods, Lockett, Claypool. First 2. Robert Woods is easy number 1 against the Jets. Claypool is seeing his playtime diminish quickly for some reason for James Washington. Lockett, I mean, obviously hasn't been great in a while. He's been actually kind of fucking terrible, but, I mean, at least he's a full-time player, and any game with Russell Wilson can be a ceiling game at any time. If you end up sitting Lockett and he goes for his, 6 for 200 game, you're going to feel like a fucking... Actually, I'm going to feel like a cunt probably because you're going to yell at me. Switchblade Dragon, full PPR, sit 1. James Robinson, Akers, Montgomery, Jefferson. Oof, God. I think you just kind of have to roll with the running backs. They make me feel the safest. It doesn't hurt. If Justin Jefferson was in like a really good matchup, maybe I'd debate it a little bit. I think there's a debate to be had between Montgomery and Jefferson. I think there is. I think this could be a disappointing week for David Montgomery relative to what he's done the last... 3, 4, 5 weeks because Minnesota's run defense is not actually terrible. But yeah, I'd feel most comfortable just throwing the 3 running backs into my lineup, Switchblade. Thomas Wynn, with Michael Thomas out, is Sanders a good start? Would you start Sanders, Pittman, or Antonio Brown? Half PPR. I'm not going to be starting Sanders anywhere. I think he's like a pretty desperate flex option. Not that these other guys are really any better. Pittman, good matchup against Houston. Antonio Brown, good matchup against Atlanta. I would roll with one of them. Brown hasn't really shown a ceiling, but Pittman hasn't done shit in a while. I think I'll probably roll with Antonio Brown there, Thomas. Irv Smith or Goddart, full PPR. Oh, I want to say they're right next to each other in my rankings. I'll probably roll Irv Smith there. I think I'll roll Irv Smith, Tone. AJ, you also asked. I think I would go with Irv Smith too. PPR starters for me: A-Rod, Swift, Mike Davis. Okay. No questions. Miami D or Cleveland D? Give me that Cleveland D. Baby. Half PPR: Drake, Nyheim Hines, and Jeff Wilson. One of them is a flex and one of these wide receivers. You need a half PPR. Oh, definitely Kenyon Drake. Raheem Mostert's going to be in the lineup, so Jeff Wilson kind of drops from like a solid running back 2 down to like a flex play-ish. So give me Drake there. And you need one wide receiver out of Juju, Rashard Higgins, and Corey Davis. Oh, man. Juju and Corey Davis are really, really close for me. I want to say Juju. Juju actually have a little bit further down. But I'm actually gonna go with Corey Davis there. Ludwig. My guy fucking Ludwig. We got Ludwigs in. That's when you know you made it. When you got Ludwigs in the motherfucking chat. Go. Hey, we put new hoodies on the site yesterday, and they're going off right now. They're kind of fucking beautiful. Let me switch up the chat right quick. Show y'all what we're working with. Look at these hoodies. This is easily my favorite design we've ever put in the store. That's like the old school MTV Hits kind of retro style. We got them in black. We got them in navy. We got them in red, white. Oh, I really like the white one. I've got a bunch of them on the way for me to sample them. Actually, I haven't even seen them in person. I hope the logo comes out okay. Sometimes with these fucking drop shippers, they got like weird, the fuck was I saying? Embroideries onto them. So sometimes it comes off a little wonky, but I know for a fact that the sweatshirts are comfortable as shit. Just hope the logo comes out nice. But these are fucking beautiful. BigDogsFantasy.com. BigDogsFantasy.com. All right. Y'all don't want to listen to me do that anymore. Sorry, I won't sing into the mic ever again. Okay. Where were we? James Hoagie was good. Pick 2. Curtis Samuel, Green Bay. Boyd versus Pittsburgh. Christian Kirk versus Philadelphia. No Slay, Maddox or McLeod. Gallup versus San Fran. Rager at Arizona. Gabe Davis at Denver. No John Brown. Broncos without 5 DBs. Mooney at Minnesota. So you need to pick 2. You said you're leaning towards Gabe and Curtis Samuel. I would be doing the same thing. I need to fix my rankings a little bit. There's a couple updates that happened over the last hour, 2 hours or whatever, but I'm going to go with Gabe as well. He's running as the number 2 guy on the outside against Denver, who's clearly obviously banged up, and John Brown's gone. And Curtis Samuel's just been really, 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 really good. I don't think there's any point in getting cute there. Can I trust Deontay and PPR on my flex for the ship or play CEH, Gordon, Tim Patrick, Gage, or Bowden? That's close. I think I would probably personally roll with I'd roll with Deontay there, just because I don't think the other matchups are fantastic. Like CEH against New Orleans is not great. Gordon overall, like he's been better, but I still don't really trust him. Tim Patrick is probably the only one I would really, really consider because it's full PPR. But I would go with Deontay over Tim Patrick there. Yes, sir. What up, Dylan? Johnny Marino, rough running back situation, Mostert or Wilson Jr.? Listen, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna have Wilson Jr. ranked higher than Mostert. I mean, Mostert's almost without a doubt less than 100%. Dealing with a high ankle sprain, like he's not getting the goal line touches, he's not getting targets. So what he usually brings to your lineup is that explosiveness and that chance to like pop off for a 60-yard touchdown. And with the high ankle sprain, the likelihood of that happening is super low. So I'll take the volume and the goal line carries with Wilson. Half PPR, start 2 of TY, CEH, Deontay Johnson, Jeff Wilson. Okay, so I would go with TY for one of them, and then CEH and Deontay Johnson gets a lot more interesting in half PPR as opposed to full PPR. I think it's kind of a coin flip for me there, Jacob. I think you'll obviously get a higher floor with CEH, but I think the ceiling for Deontay Johnson is if they just throw him back into the lineup. I think maybe he learned his lesson from being benched. The ceiling is always going to be there with Deontay, so I think a little bit depends on your matchup there. I'm going to run through these quickly, baby. I have Akers. Should I play Sanders over Akers? Also, with that being said, I have Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, and Bobby Trees. Need 2 half PPR. So if it's my lineup, man, those two are right next to each other. I want to say I have Akers as like a top 10 guy this week. I want to say I have him above Miles Sanders, even though obviously you'd like to. Yeah, I have Akers at running back 10. I have Sanders actually all the way down at 15. I think I can move him above J.K. Dobbins and probably Chris Carson too if Rashad Penny is back. So just stay tuned for the updated rankings. Again, if y'all want to be in the chat next week, if you want the updated rankings real time up until kickoff on Sunday, patreon.com/BDGE. So, yeah, I'd go with Akers, and then I need 2 out of those guys. I would go with Amari Cooper and Bobby Trees there, Mike. Start a banged up Stafford at Tennessee or Andy Dalton versus San Fran. Ooh, God. That's fucking... You can't... There's nobody better that you can pick up, James? Irv Smith, Jonnu Smith, or Jared Cook, half APR, need 1. I moved Jared Cook far back up now that Drew Brees is back there and Michael Thomas is out of the lineup. He's not up there with Irv Smith, but those two are really close for me. Chicago's been really bad against opposing tight ends, while the matchup kind of dictates that Jared Cook should be pretty fucking good. I actually think I might lean Jared Cook there, Mike. I think I feel safer with him. Worth picking up James White in PPR with Harris out. I mean, he's still going to be like running back 38 or 40. That offense is just nothing I really want a part of. Half PPR, Beasley, Patrick, or Beasley? Wait, what? AJ, can you reroute that question to English, please, sir? You named Beasley twice, one Buffalo, one Denver. Yeah, you fucked me up there. Flex Fournette or Antonio Brown? I guess I would go Fournette. What's up, Nick? Wishing you luck this week against Snacks. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking need it. His team is like he has Alvin Kamara now with Michael Thomas out and Drew Brees in. It was like a guaranteed floor of 18. JT is going to be a guaranteed floor of 18. Ridley, same thing without Julio. He hit every fucking lucky break this week with every one of his skill players. It's fucking nonsense. Importance to start for PPR. Superflex, I got Trubisky as my quarterback. Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson as wide receiver. Who was my flex? Hilton, Bridgewater, CEH, or more? Listen, there's like almost no chance I'm ever starting a skill player over a quarterback. Bridgewater's been good enough on the ground that like I don't see how his floor isn't what you're hoping to get out of those other guys. I'll go with Bridgewater there. Pick 2 standard. Henry, Sanders, Akers. Henry and Akers. Need bad help at tight end with having Hurst PPR. Experts have Reed and Jonnu the highest, but I picked up Irv Smith because you have him at 9. Go Irv Smith over all of them. In full PPR, I would definitely go him over Jonnu and Hayden Hurst. I think Jordan Reed actually makes a little bit more sense now that Debo is out. He should get like 6 or 7 targets, and it's a terrible passing defense for Dallas, of course. Really, really close there. I do still think Irv Smith has the ceiling, Zach. I think Jordan Reed has probably a little bit. They probably have similar floors with a better ceiling than Irv Smith. I don't know. This is another one where my brain says Irv Smith. What's your strategy with kickers? Get them vetoed out of your league. That's my strategy. Cam Akers, Jonathan Taylor, and Montgomery. Who are we choosing? If you have to choose one, Jonathan Taylor for sure. PPR, pick 2. Chris Carson, Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders. Yeah, so Jonathan Taylor is the one for sure, Zach. And then very tight between Carson and Miles Sanders. I think in full PPR, I would lean with Miles Sanders. I think I trust his 4 to 5 dump offs with Hurts there, and Chris Carson now with Rashad Penny maybe getting a little bit of run. Doesn't make me nervous really, but I think that could be the deciding factor. I think Miles Sanders has a much higher ceiling than Chris Carson does at this point because he's splitting work. Back to my Deontay question: Deontay or Gabe Davis since he's number 2? Yeah, no, I wouldn't get that cute. I would definitely stick with Deontay Johnson over Gabe Davis. Wyatt, what's up, Poppy? Brandon Cooks or Marvin Jones? Stafford now trending towards starting. Yeah, I'm still going to go Brandon Cooks there. I think like I'd be really surprised if Stafford was. I'd be very surprised if Stafford was 100% here. I think they're going to do a lot of checkdowns. Marvin Jones excels down the field, and he's going to have Malcolm Butler shadow coverage there. So I'm still a little bit nervous about Marvin Jones. I'd go Brandon Cooks. Standard, 2 running backs, Kamara, Akers, Dobbins. Yeah, I'll go with Kamara and Akers. And 3 wide receivers, Antonio Brown, Calvin Ridley in 3rd, Cordarrelle Patterson, Chark, Rashard Higgins. Definitely not Patterson. Chark is interesting because Minshew's back, but he's just been so bad, man. And they're going against Baltimore, who I know Jimmy Smith is out, but they still have Marcus Peters. They still got some other good cornerbacks. I'm actually probably going to play Rashard Higgins with James Bradbury ruled out, JD. Did you feel me? What else do we got? Connor or Michelle? Yeah, I have very, very low hopes for Sony Michel, so I'll go Connor. Sorry. Oh, okay. AJ fixed his question. Sorry. Half PPR. Cole Beasley, Denver. Patrick, Tim Patrick. Oh, you're giving me the matchups. Love that. Half PPR, Beasley, Patrick, or AB. So AB would be the odd man out there for me. Really close between Patrick and Beasley. Man, I think I'm going to tell you to go with Beasley there. I think I'm going to go with Cole Beasley over Patrick just because I think Patrick's going to get a lot of Tre'Davious White. This is like a matchup you kind of look at quickly and you're like, Buffalo defense not doing really well. Tim Patrick doing really well. I think this could be a disappointing game for Tim Patrick. And Beasley is like if it was like someone that's kind of like, if it was Patrick or AB, I would tell you Patrick. But since you have another really solid option in Cole Beasley with John Brown out again, I think I go Beasley there, AJ. 1/4 PPR. Pick 2 between McLaurin, Woods, and Pollard. Stop that. I'm not going Pollard. Unless Zeke is obviously ruled out, then of course he becomes the 1. Hoping Chubb and JT don't explode though myself, so I'm with you. All right, Nicholas, let's hold hands through tomorrow. AJ, half PPR, Melvin Gordon or Lynn Bowden? Melvin Gordon. Kevin, Godwin, Tim Patrick, or Boyd, full PPR? I will go with Godwin there. I'll go Godwin over Tim Patrick. Avi, full PPR in the flex. Dobbins, Cup, or T.Y. Hilton? Ooh, that gets interesting. Dobbins or Cup? I think I would go with Cup there. I think I would go with Cup just because the matchup is just too fucking good. I like Dobbins, but full PPR, as much as it should entice us to like Dobbins more because we know he's a great pass catcher, they just don't catch passes there in Baltimore. And I think there's an outside chance that actually Hollywood and Miles Boyd can both play. So maybe even less passing work in the backfield there for those guys. So I would go with Cup, Avi. O'Nalimi, sir, 11. How you doing? Montgomery or Cooper Kupp as a flex? Full PPR. Ooh. Here's what I'll say. Like, this is why fantasy sucks, because it's entirely impossible to predict something like this. But I just don't think Montgomery's going to have a fantastic game. I think we're going to see a game similar to what we've seen, what we kind of got used to Montgomery in the beginning of the year. I think his floor is still really high, but I think Cooper Kupp has a much higher ceiling in this one. Okay? So if you're just looking for a comfort play, if you're looking for a guy who will get you 12 to 14 points, Montgomery makes a lot more sense. I think Cooper Kupp is much more likely to hit the 20-point threshold here in New York Jets. Why do you like Cleveland D over Miami? Both have good matchups. Miami's actually a good defense. That is correct, but now I don't think Daniel Jones is going to play. That's pretty much the deciding factor for me. Anytime we can go against a backup quarterback with I guess they don't have a great pass rush, but a guy like Myles Garrett would be a game changer for me. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. The game for Miami's over-under is like very, very light, and I don't know, it just seems like to me this is going to be a game plan where they just stick to the ground again. Like, Patriots probably won't score a lot of points, but they'll have a game plan that's kind of indicative of just eating up clock and not taking a lot of chances downfield, which is usually good for fantasy defenses, if that makes sense. Why do PPR, QT, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel? Oh, man, they are. I want to say those guys are like fucking right next to each other. I have Kiki as 28, DJ Moore is 30, Curtis Samuel is 31. That is half PPR, though, so I would move Moore up a little bit for full. Kiki, QT. I think I like QT there the most, actually. Dre. I think I would actually start QT over both of the Carolina receivers in full PPR. Wyatt, thanks for the advice on Brandon Cooks over Marvin Jones. Would you consider playing Gronk over Cooks at the flex? Cooks plays Colts, D, Gronk. No, I wouldn't do that unless I actually think I have the same exact predicament that you are in one of my leagues. Let me see. I got a matchup this week where I have flex play open, and I'm deciding between, it's like Jarvis Landry, Brandon Cooks, and Gronk. But this is a tight end premium league. I'm actually deciding between them and Melvin Gordon and DJ Moore. God damn, this is like the most fucking ridiculous SR question I've ever put up. I'm putting it on myself here too. I am most likely going to settle on, actually, Jarvis Landry's in my starting lineup. I also have Tim Patrick there. I'm most likely going to settle on Brandon Cooks there in the flex. And this is a tight end premium league too. So if I would do that in a tight end premium, I'm still probably taking Cooks over Gronk I'm definitely taking Cooks over Gronk in a half PPR league. Pick one, Zeke, QT, AB, or Tim Patrick, full PPR. It would be really close between QT and Tim Patrick for me here in full PPR. Again, I don't trust Zeke at all. I don't trust AB at all. I like QT and Tim Patrick a lot, but I think I like QT a little bit more. And he's going against this Indy D, who is definitely a good defense, but like we had the same setup 3 weeks ago where he had his explosion game, 8 for 141. We saw Xavier Rhodes, kind of stay on top of Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks got hurt a little bit, and then Kiki kind of popped off. So I think I think Kiki's a fine play this week, but I think the ceiling probably does lie with Tim Patrick a little bit there. Like, he's played so well. I'm just a little bit nervous about the Tre'Davious White. Did you feel me? Nick, you skipped my first question. Kareem Hunter, Terry. No, I answered that. That was like one of the first things I answered. Watch the tape. Watch the motherfucking tape. Ooh. Watch the tape, dog. I would go with Terry there. I would go with Terry, Eric. Unless I rewatch a tape and I didn't actually get an answer. I didn't get to an answer, which is like what happens more often than not. Darius Leonard for Indy is out too. Ooh, I mean, that's good for Watson. I would say it's good for like David Johnson, but I don't really know if there's anything good for David Johnson at this point. What are you sipping on? Fresca, sparkling water, grapefruit citrus. I'm actually a big fan of this. This kind of tastes like Sprite. But this was like one of the only things they had in the vending machine downstairs that was not like 200 calories worth of sugar. I'm actually a big fan of these. Wilson Jr. or CEH? Yeah, CEH, unless miraculously Raheem Mostert gets ruled out, which won't happen because he wasn't even on the injury report. Full PPR. I have to sit Woods, Miles Sanders, Robbie Anderson. What say you? PSU, Juke. I'm definitely sitting Robbie Anderson there. With DJ Moore, bike, and Jair Alexander likely to see him for at least half his routes. We're gonna sit Robbie Anderson in this one. We got football today. We got football in what, 3 hours? Let's fucking go. I'm not even hungry. I haven't eaten yet. What am I gonna order for the games? Skirt. Why you keep sending your lineup, dog? Yeah, Johnny. I would go with what's his face? CH PPR, not PPR. All the PPs. One-fourth PP out between Woods and McLaurin and Pollard. If Zeke is out, Pollard over one of them. Yeah, I would play. I would play. I mean, Pollard is a must start if Zeke is out. And those two are so close to each other in my rankings. I want to say they're like legitimately like 15, 16 maybe. Yeah, I have Woods at 14. I have McLaurin at 15. So I would probably play Woods and Pollard there. Never mind, I'm a farce. I lied. You baited and switched me watching. How did you do the BDG intro? Is there a behind the scenes? Oh, yeah. I forgot to fucking ask you that. Okay, so you're talking about like when that thing gets drawn in the beginning and we do like the B-Boy beat. By the way, the background of the intro is B-Boy by Big Sean Meek Mill. Instrumental. Fantastic fucking song. So that was done on Fiverr. So we made I made the logo, obviously, by literally like taking screenshots of like different pictures on the internet and throwing it together. And then if you go on this website, Fiverr, with 2 R's, FIVERR.com, you pretty much get anything done on the internet for like $5 or less. And they give you different like templates of how to do shit. Like they have one that's getting drawn in. That's why you see like any of the YouTube channels where they have their like openings and shit. It's just like templates that people do and they throw a logo and letters and shit into it. For a long time, I just told people I drew it, just like ironically, just to like pretend that I did and piss them off. But that's the true story. Boston Market Pizza. No, I wouldn't even eat Boston Market chicken or Thanksgiving food. They even make fucking pizza. It's a horrible executive decision if they sat down in a boardroom and like, we should start making pizza. No one eats your fucking food to begin with, Boston Market. PPR, David Montgomery or Dobbins. Guy I'm playing is Mahomes and Kelsey, so maybe shoot for ceiling. Who are the Ravens even playing? Am I nuts? They're playing Jacksonville, right? Tate Tantrum, we're going to go with Melvin Gordon there. Chark over Robbie, or is that too cute risky? I would go Robbie over Chark. Yeah. It's impossible to trust Chark right now. He's just been so bad for like 6 straight weeks. Like you're rolling a dice and hoping you hit like the 1 out of 8 there. And I'd rather not take that chance. Well, Robbie hasn't been fantastic, right? He's not hitting a ceiling, but at least he gives you like a really nice floor week in and week out. Zach, that's one of the tougher questions I think I've come across this week. I guess I still think I would go with David Montgomery because in full PPR, like he's basically locked into 4 to 5 catches. He's just been so involved in the passing game with Dave. I mean, with Tariq Cohen just out for the year, he's running more routes than any running back in the NFL. He's seeing a ton of dump offs to him. Even since like Mitch Trubisky has been there under center, which is like literally like one game at this point, but he has his last like 9 games, basically since Tariq Cohen went down week 3. These are his target totals: 4, 4, 6, 3, 5, 5, 5, 8, 6. He's just too involved, I think, to not let it ride in full PPR. What's up? We got any more fun questions for me or what? What we doing, baby? What y'all doing for the holidays? Anything good? I got to get my mom a gift. Still. I don't know what the fuck to get her. I'm usually really good with gift giving. Like, I'm a pretty thoughtful person. And I've realized, like, one life tip, really easy. Like, people struggle with giving gifts. I know this is ironic coming from me. I started the fucking conversation off saying that I can't think of something. It's also because I haven't seen my mom in a while, so we don't have that many conversations. But just, literally, you have a 30-minute conversation with somebody, and within that conversation, they will probably tell you, like, 4 different things that they like, or 4 different things that they're interested in. And they're usually, like, products that you could buy. And it becomes a great gift because it's, like, shows that you're, like, listening, and it's usually really, like, personal to them. Just a little life hack for you. Next time you're talking with your girlfriend or some shit, she'll bring up some shit she wants. Just write it down in your little notepad. You'll have gifts for the next fucking 6 holidays. Standard, Robbie Anderson or Curtis Samuel need the highest ceiling to make up points. Yeah, I still go with Robbie Anderson there, most likely. Sit 1, Akers, Dobbins, Swift, or Drake. Jeez, Jesus Christ. I'm going to be honest, dude. I can't, like, I don't even know if I can answer that question. I think you just, like, listed 4 running backs in a row in my rankings that are the exact same tier. I don't really have a hot take on any of those guys. I probably have DeAndre Swift ranked the lowest because I'm the least certain of his workload. You know, he still could end up with like 12 or 13 touches. I think he's going to get like 5 or 6 targets. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Tennessee. So I think he's got like a nice floor for PPR, but Drake has been so involved. Akers has legitimate like running back 1 overall ceiling. Dobbins would be the one I would probably most consider sitting with Swift. I also think Chase Edmonds is probably out. So Drake, I think you have to start Akers and Drake. I think it's between Dobbins and Swift. It's just so close because Swift is so involved in the passing game, but Dobbins has kind of taken over that backfield, and they're in such a good matchup. So I think if it's my lineup, I'm probably going to end up, unfortunately, sitting Swift, Chase. Lynn Bowden or David Johnson, half-point PPR. I like the usage that Bowden is enjoying in Miami's offense. However, Duke Johnson has been ruled out for Houston, enticing for a David Johnson owner. Yeah, I don't know if Lynn Bowden or David. What's the status with like the Dolphins players? Like, have we learned anything about Parker? Have we learned anything about Gesicki? Obviously, like, I can't really answer the question until we know that stuff, unfortunately. Devontae Parker. He's questionable for week 15. Mike Gesicki. So if they're both playing, I obviously don't really want Lynn Bowden in my lineup. And David Johnson, like, I guess, is not a terrible flipping. Is Kittle worth picking up? What a chance of playing next week? Yeah, I think he actually has a very, very legitimate chance of playing next week. I would definitely pick him up. I have to get my company's new CEO a gift for Secret Santa, and I know nothing about him because he won't answer any of the anonymous questions on the Secret Santa website we use. Do I go safe and get him a gift card or try to make it so it's something he'll remember me by? I'm at the bottom of the totem pole with this company. Any good ideas? I would definitely not play it safe. Do some research on him. Find him on LinkedIn. Find him on Instagram. I'm sure if he's a CEO of your fucking company, he probably has some articles written on him. Look for like weird, quirky things within the article. And then based off of that, you can probably find a product that he would like, or you could find like a book that you think might be interesting for him. I would do some research on who he is as a person and then do it based off of that. What's his name? What's this guy's name? PSU Juke. Talk with me, baby. Chris Rusas. Named CEO of Sequel Youth and Family Services. C-suite team hired to accelerate growth of industry-leading behavioral health company. That was like the most fucking generic sentence I've ever read. Chairman of company's board. Before joining Sequel, Mr. Rusas was CEO of 24 Hour Fitness. Holy shit. Good for you. Previously, he served as president and CEO of Epic Health Services, the first ever national pediatric continuum of care serving 33,000 medically fragile children in need of life-sustaining home health care services. You know what might be... You know what might be like an interesting way to go, and it's going to be up to you? Taking whatever money that you were supposed to put down on a gift, and it seems like he's like a very, I guess, maybe big charity guy or into charity, you know, first ever national pediatric continuum of care service. You could always like donate the money. You could always donate the money and then kind of give him the receipt for the gift. I don't know if that's like kind of pretentious or not, but I think that might be like, he's CEO. He doesn't need fucking money. He doesn't need gifts and shit. If you donate it to something that you could find out that he actually cares about and then show him like the receipt of that, I feel like he'd really like that. And just be like, yo, I saw that, you know, I did a little bit of research on you. I saw that you're like really into providing charity for like youth kids that, you know, fucking don't have their parents or some shit. So I went ahead and Secret Santed you a donation. But you could probably do better research than I just did in this amount of time. Is Jefferson still a must start against the Bears? Tough matchup, but he did give a good game against them last time. Yeah, I think both Minnesota wide receivers are probably top 15 guys that I want into my lineup regardless. So get me to saying that you're leaving. Yeah, I bet you do. All right, y'all. The chat steam has gone considerably down. We are out of gas. We are out of oil. We are going to change the fucking gas and oil and come bike stronger than ever next week for Chip Week. I want to wish y'all... I'll see you before the holidays, but I want to wish y'all good luck in Week 15, obviously. Hopefully we get as many people in here next week, because that means we made the hardware matchup. If y'all enjoyed, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you go double the revenue, double your mortgage. Don't double your mortgage. Double the revenue to pay half your mortgage. I'm Monkey Knife Fight. monkeyknifefight.com. Promo code BDGE. And we will see y'all on the next video. Do you play NBA Fantasy? No, I do not. Sleeper added it, so I'm trying it. No, I don't play. I did just reach out to the founder of Sleeper to try to get him on for an interview. But those guys, I fucking worked with them. They like sponsored my videos, and I can't get one of those dudes on my channel for an interview. It's out of control. It's out of control. Like, show some fucking respect. All right, I'm out. I love y'all. Good luck. Obviously, the rankings will stay updated up until kickoff tomorrow. Enjoy the games for the rest of the day. Bye.